welcome or welcome back. My name is Madison and this is Books with Theo. Today we're going to be going over a couple of different things. We're going to go over all of the books that I read in September and what I thought about them. And we are also going to be going through my October TBR, which I'm really excited to get to. We're going to kick things off with what I read in September. One of the first books that I read in September was The Love Hypothesis. This book was so good. It was so cute. I read this in one day. This is about a PhD student and a professor who end up fake dating basically, and it turns into something more. But it's got like the grumpy sunshine. I cannot wait to read the other books that Ali Hazelwood has come out with. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read is The Lore of Olympus by Rachel Smith. This is volume 1 and it is a graphic novel, and this is a retelling of Hades and Persephone in more of a modern day setting. It is really good. I would probably give this 3 out of 5 stars. I will continue with it because I've heard such good things about it, but I'm still kind of like, it was okay, so I really want to give it a shot. So I'm still going to continue with this. I'm hoping that it continues and just builds up and gets better. The next book I read was Haunting Adeline, and that is by H.D. Carlton. But this is a really, really dark romance. It is about a girl, Adeline, who falls in love with her stalker. And it gets really dark. It is pretty twisted, but this was definitely worth the read. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. It was really good. Then the next book that I read is Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. And I'm sorry, you're probably getting a little bit of glare there still. This cover is stunning, first of all, and then it's got like the sprayed edges, which is beautiful. This book was so good. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This is a YA fantasy kind of romance novel. It is about a girl, Alosa, who is daughter of the Pirate King, and she is on a mission to get a piece of a map from an enemy ship, and she purposely gets captured by them to find this map. And while she's prisoner on board this ship, she ends up meeting Raiden, and he is the love interest of the story, and they have really good banter. The whole time I was thinking Pirates of the Caribbean. If you like Pirates of the Caribbean, you're gonna love this. 5 out of 5. I definitely would recommend this. And then lastly, I have not completed this book yet, but I'm obsessed with it. This is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I did take the cover off since I'm actively reading it. I'm on page 124 and I cannot get enough. I'm already so pumped for the next book that comes out, Iron Flame, next month. I will be first in line at the bookstore to go get that. This is a war college setting, and our main character, she has just a very weak body but a very strong mind, and she was going to be a scribe. That was what she dreamed of being, but her mother is the general, and her mother forces her to become a dragon rider or enroll in that part of the college, which is very deadly. Not a lot of people survive it, and it's all these trials, and it is enemies to lovers, so it is a romantasy. This is an adult book. I'm obsessed with it. The dragons in this novel are not like what dragons are usually portrayed as in fantasy novels. They are portrayed as like scary and something that you should fear. They're not just pretty things to look at that will be nice to humans all the time. They are deadly, they are to be feared, and they are basically war machines. I'm bringing this into October with me, but I am so excited to finish this. As of right now, 5 out of 5 stars. So for my October TBR, I wanted to get a little spooky. I'm not a huge horror thriller girl. I've only read maybe 1 or 2 books in my entire life that have been under that category, but why not start now? I have a long list of hopefuls. I'm very much a mood reader, so I doubt I will get to all of these. The first on this list is going to be The Bone Witch by Rin Chupeco. I've had a lot of people recommend this book to me, and this one isn't, I don't think, spooky. It's just, I think this has necromancy in it, I believe. I figured October, witchy season, The Bone Witch, it fits perfectly. So we're gonna read that one. Then for the horror thriller side, I do have The Cabin by Natasha Preston. I have a friend who really likes this author. She's read all of her books, and so I picked up some of her books a while back, and I've read one of the books that I picked up, and it was amazing. So I plan on reading this. I don't know what it's about. I just know it's gonna give me those spooky vibes, and I'm here for it. And next one is also a Natasha Preston novel. This is The Cellar. I have partially read this before, about a year ago, and I just hadn't been in the mood for a spooky, creepy novel. But this is about a girl who gets kidnapped by a man who has like an underground basement of girls that he keeps basically as his slaves. Like, he pretends that they're his wife in this weird like role-playing fashion. Like, he expects them to cook dinner, and like, but he's also, if they don't fit in with how he expects them to behave, he kills them. Really twisted, and I have not stopped thinking about it though since I put it down last year, and I want to know how it ends. 100% going to finish this book this year. Next, we have a YA novel. This is Belladonna by Adeline Grace. First off, this cover is stunning. I love it. I don't know a ton about this book either. I do know that this is a love story between a girl named Signa and Death, and I thought that would be great for spooky season. So we're gonna give this a shot, hopefully this month as well. Another October hopeful is the second book of the Cat and Mouse duet. This is Hunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. I had started this and I just wasn't in the mood for a dark romance anymore, so I put it down, but it had nothing to do with how I thought about the book or the writing. I'm very much a mood reader. So I'm hoping that I get to this and I can finish it, because this just also gives off great creepy, spooky, dark vibes for the Halloween season. Another novel that I'm hoping I get the chance to read this month for October is Reawakened by Colleen Hawke. I have read this before. I read this when it first came out, and then I read the second one as well when it came out. I didn't finish the third one though, and it's been so long since I've read them, I don't remember a ton. It is a historical fantasy kind of vibe. It's based in the real world, but what happens is this girl basically accidentally reawakens an Egyptian mummy, but he is like super handsome, and she is on a mission to help him survive. As she accidentally reawakens him, she has linked herself to him. I am excited to reread this. This gives off those, like, again, spooky vibes, Halloween, mummy. I think it's gonna be great for this season. And Colleen Hawke, I have read her Tiger's Curse series, and it is fabulous. It's a good time. So hopefully we'll get to this too. Lastly, on my October TBR, this is one that I will definitely be reading. This is Pet Sematary by Stephen King. I've never read a Stephen King novel before. What better time to start? And I don't know much about this. I think it has something to do with maybe a cemetery that has weird abilities to bring the dead back to life in some creepy fashion. If you've read any of these, let me know what you think in the comments, because I am intrigued. This is the final book for my October TBR, and that wraps it up. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for hanging out with me.